back. It's been a while and I've been super busy over the last month, so I've not read a lot, I've not filmed a lot, I mean even before then, but I've just finished my coursework for the year. I'm hoping to get a bit more time for reading and videos, and I'm bringing you back with another TBR game for June because to get me back into the swing of things. So I have my Trivial Pursuit, as you know, but I've gone ahead and acquired a proper Trivial Pursuit board for the playing of the TBR Pursuit. I've still got my own prompts, and here they are. I've got blue for geography, pink for entertainment, yellow for history, brown for arts and literature, green for science and nature, and orange for sports and leisure. And this one has the geography questions: a book set or published in Japan, a book of a film for entertainment, a book of a film or which has been made into a film. Yellow for history, a book set in the Victorian era or steampunk. Brown for arts and literature, this one's got a children's book. Green for science and nature, this one has sci-fi. Or orange for sports and leisure, this has a book about a sports personality. Some of the prompts are a bit more tenuous than that, but that's the same is true of actual Trivial Pursuit. So I'm hoping to get all physical books on my list today, but I do have one ebook from the library, so that might have to go on. And otherwise, I have here a jar of prompts. These are books which I've put on a previous TBR, not read, so then I've put the title in here. And this one, anytime I get something which says something like TBR Vet, or if I can't, or been on the TBR for a long time, like anything like that, I'll pull a prompt from here. If I really can't think of anything from my shelf, I will, for a prompt, I'll pull from here instead as well. And there aren't that many books in here. There aren't that many slips. And I'm guessing that a couple of the books, like, because I don't, if I've put it on a list twice and just it's been bumped, then it'll be in here twice. So I think there's probably even fewer books than slips, but that's good. It means that I'm mostly reading what I say I'm going to read when I say I'm going to read them, I think. So let's get going and see where we're at. Okay, so let's get going. 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. I think I can have basically anything, so I might as well start with blue. Geography word in title, e.g. land, sea, map, north. I like that. And here is my TBR. Oh, I thought this had like west or something in it, but it doesn't. Okay, I think the only one I'm seeing is a place called here. So that's what it will be. Cecilia Ahern writes magical realism and contemporary and romance. And this is about someone who has been obsessed with missing things and missing people and searching for things. And then she goes missing herself. Possibly finds all her missing things or finds herself or something. And it's got place in the title, which I think counts as a geography word. So I'm not waiting until I get to the wedges to put a wedge in. I'm going to go every time I get a wedge. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 3, 4, 5, 6. Orange or pink. I'm feeling lucky. I'm going for orange. Protagonist isn't human. Interesting. I'm not sure I saw anything like that. So, let's go and have another look. Oh, this one maybe. Is this actually about a gargoyle? No. So I think this is a set of 5 short stories, and I think the title story, the protagonist is a djinn. So as there wasn't anything else there, even though if there was something like the other 4 stories seem to have protagonists who are human, I'm going to go with this one. And this one I picked up after my ban because I enjoyed her other book, or one of her other books, Possession. And I like books about jinns, and I like short stories and fairy tale retellings, and it all seemed like a good idea. So that was orange. One green. A book with photos on the cover. Let's go and have a look. I'm, again, not really remembering seeing anything like that, but we'll give it a go. Haha. Oh. So I actually found a couple of crimes that fit the bill. But I went with the Bill Clinton and James Patterson. This is a kidnapping story. It sounds a bit like 24. This is the president's daughter is kidnapped, and we have to work out why and how and get her back. That was green. One. I've already got orange, and while I don't have to have a different one according to the rules of the game, I like to have a different one. One. Brown. Word book or library in the title. That should be fairly simple. So that seemed fairly simple, but actually I did not have a book with book or library on my TBR shelf. And the book I have out from the library does not have that word either. I did have a study, and I thought maybe a study is similar to a library, but it wasn't that kind of study really. So I'm going to be pulling from my jar. Fathom Fate by Liza Chan. Okay, I'm going to go get that. So this is a political fantasy about mermaids. That was brown. Green I've got, blue I've got, orange I've got. I guess I'll go back to blue. That was hard the last time, wasn't it? A contemporary set outside the UK. Interesting. I might be pulling from the jar for this one as well. Amy Tan is a Chinese-American author who writes contemporaries, and this is about someone who's lived in America her whole life, and then her sister from China comes to live with her, and everything goes weird from her point of view. So it is set in the US. And it is a contemporary, so it's not set in the UK, and it is a contemporary not set in the UK. Blue again, or green. Even number of pages. Okay, that should be fairly. That one's going to give me a break, because the last couple I found, obviously, quite difficult. All right, let's go have a look. What do I fancy? Well, I nearly picked up this one. Got a different. Let's have a look. $329. Yep. Oh, not really thinking historical. Not really thinking. This one might be fun. $301. We could go for the horror. The last page we're writing on is number 39. This horror. Yay, $350. So I had thought that this was a horror, but it's actually a Hades Persephone retelling. So that's quite exciting, really. Yeah, and that was a green wedge. So as you can see, most of the time when I've done it on the smaller board, I've managed to get a different colour for each wedge. This time I really have not, but I've got 6 books, and I quite like playing on the bigger, more proper board. It feels like more proper. So I'm just going to show you what I've got. So I've got 6 books. And I wonder whether I should start adding an extra book when I can't fill a prompt. Do you think that would be good? Let me know in the comments if you think that would be good. But I think that's quite a nice range. And I've got the Cecilia Hearn, which was for geography word in the title. It's got the word place in the title. and this is about someone who is obsessed with missing things and finding missing things, and then she goes missing herself and probably finds herself. I'm not quite sure, but it's going to be probably magical realism, possibly contemporary. I've got The Gin in the Nightingale's Eye, which is fantasy short stories or possibly fairy tale retelling short stories. And this is for protagonist isn't human, because I've got no fairies, no animals, no... this was the closest I had to that prompt. I've got The President's Daughter by Bill Clinton and James Patterson, which is for a book with photo on the cover, because it's got this lovely photo of someone running away from the White House, and this is a thriller about a missing persons thriller. I've got Fathom Folk by Eliza Chan, and this is fantasy about mermaids, and as you can see I picked it up, didn't get very far with it, bounced off it, but I thought it was worth giving another go, so I'm going to give it another go, and I think I'm going to like it. I think I just got like 2 pages in and then just put it down and couldn't find it or something, like, I don't know. So I'm expecting to enjoy it. I've got The 100 Secret Senses by Amy Tan. This was for contemporary, set outside the UK, and it's set in the US, and it's basically about what it's like to come from a different culture with than the dominant culture around you, and it's about being Chinese American, and it's about the 2 sisters, one of whom's been brought up in the US and one of whom's been brought up in China, coming to live together. And then I've got Drag Me Up by R.M. Virtues, and this was for even number of pages, and it is a Hades and Persephone retelling. So let me know if you've read any of those. Let me know what you think. Let me know what you would have chosen, or if you've got a good recommendation for what was it that I couldn't find for this one. Book or library in the title. If you've got a good book about book or library in the title, that would be great. And I will see you soon. Bye.